our speaker tonight, I will call you Bonnie J. Thank you very much for allowing me to do that because I think there's more letters in your name than there are in the alphabet.
Yeah, because usually Thai people always use make a surname or family name is very too long, especially for half Thai, half Chinese, and half a little bit Chinese. So that's
Oh,
why my family name is too long.
okay. Well, anyway, Bonnie J is a Thai novelist, a screenwriter, and storytelling is oh, and a special storytelling instructor in Thailand. So that's very impressive that you do all of those things. Her novel of esteemed romance novels and boys' love novel in Thailand. Anyway, I'll let you give the names of your books. But in 2001, uh, you received an award from the Pan Wan Phai Short Story Award. And in 2022, you were in the second prize for a short story award. And again, I'm Pra perhaps Pra Rung. Um, I'm sorry that I'm not very versed in speaking Thai. but, but I will let you go ahead and introduce yourself and correct any of the mispronunciations that I made.
Okay, I'm very glad to see you guys here. Bonnie J is my international short pen name from Bunyani and my family name like Jongtawi Pon Mongkon, something like that. But it's okay. That is not Bonnie J or my first name is not exactly my pen name for using with writing. I use in Thai language like nụ đen. Nụ đen is mean red mouse is my nickname in Thai, and I'm gonna be a writer for my career for 15 years. I started it when I was my first novel when I was 17 years old, and my first publication novel book with the publication house is was in my 18 years old, and now uh, I have my published novel in several kind of genre, around 100 book over. I'm not sure how many, but I never count that exactly.
Oh
And
my goodness.
yeah, but it's not only long novel. I also wrote about short story, TV drama, something, and novella, right? Very kind of that. And also now, uh, like writing teacher, writing course,
Mhm.
something about this in Thailand.
Okay, all right. Well, I think it's wonderful that you offered to come and speak to us because, we know what, I mean, most of the group members, although we have group members from Australia and New Zealand and England and Canada, as well as the United States, but I think we only have a few group members who are from the Asian area. And so, what you were explaining to me is that romance readers in Southeast Asia have different expectations from a romance novel than they might have from here. So, why don't you share with us what some of those reader expectations are?
First of all, I see the different thing between American American romance fiction or European romance fiction and Asian romance is norm and society of Asia. Especially in Asia, we grow up with the uh, patriarchy society.
I'm sorry, I
Per-
don't understand what you're saying. I
oh,
apologize.
okay. Okay, I mean, I think how to explain. Usually Asian people grow up with the patriarchy. I'm not sure my pronounce is correct or not. Okay, I will type it.
Okay.
Patriarchy.
I'm sorry, patriarchy. Um,
If you put that in the chat, then I will be able to see that.
I'm not sure about this. Just like a man can control everything and have a right more than any woman in the society. Just like so, when we grow up with this kind of norms,
Mhm.
so
Oh,
uh,
patriarchy. Okay, patriarchy.
yeah,
Oh,
yes,
okay. It's a man society. Men have probably all the say so, correct?
yeah, something like that. And then uh, so that is also affection to the literature. So in romance novel, usually the character of woman always be like innocent or always virgin. And I also see, and I have ever read American novel or a European novel that also have kind of that character. But usually in Thailand, uh, mostly of Thai leaders like kind of this character much more than uh, a character, well, female character that ever had uh, sex before or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, that is yeah.
okay, so if I understand you correctly, the romance books in Southeast Asia would have, hold on a second, somebody's trying to get in and I don't know how to let them in. Um, let me see here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the admit. Okay, so the expectations are to have innocent women rather than the experienced women. So do the novels, the romance novels in Southeast Asia usually have sex scenes, or are they more of the closed door that's understood happens, but you don't actually read about it?
But actually, in Thailand, romance novel also have a love scene or sex scenes, and sometimes for some writer also write about this too much. But in Thailand, we not call this kind of writing in romance genre. I separate the genre of love novel to three kinds of genre. The first one called romantic novel.
Mhm.
Romantic novel is really less of some sex scenes or love scenes. Sometimes some writer write about this, and when they get into together, they cut off the scene right away. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and another label we call romance novel.
Uh-huh.
Romance novel also has the love scene and sex scene in detail, but we did not forget about that kind of scenes too much. Just write it for the some emotional or just make the reader knows that characters love each other or has something about body for do some condition,
Okay.
but
Oh,
focus on the plot first. And another one we call erotic.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay,
So
so here there's different uh shades, I guess you would call it,
yeah.
where you have your Christian and inspirational and sweet and clean. And with all of those, um, they focus on the relationship of the people, the emotional relationship of the people, and they never show any sex at all. Maybe they'll have a kiss or something like that, but that's about as far as it goes. And then, clear on the other side, you have the erotic romance, which has a lot of steamy sex scenes in it, but it still has the relationship of the people falling in love. We're plain erotica. It concentrates on the sex and doesn't really care about the emotion and the relationship. And then you have everything in between, which would be more than a kiss for, a little bit of heat, clear up to showing the sex scenes, you know. Um, so there's a pretty broad range depending on what a person wants. And I think for the most part, the people that want the inspirational or the Christian or the sweet and clean, they don't want to read about the sex. They care more about the emotional relationship of the people. But they still have very strong women. And so that's one thing I'm curious about. In a society that is the patriarchal society where the men make the decisions and that type of stuff, how does that play into the relationships in the novels that you write?
Um, Sometimes I just like make I ever read the romance novel from Thai writer and then they make a female protagonist just like always under the power of their male protagonist. But but finally when they had to fight any problems together, finally the man will list his power, his anything, his ego about himself, and then just like change his mind or something like that to empowerment woman up. But also this one is just like one kind of uh novel, but also have a stronger woman to be your female protagonist. But for my experience, I ever write kind of both of that, and I feel like the most popular is the an innocent woman and also listen to a man, but inside of her always that like didn't accept what he say or something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah.
All right. Well, no, that makes a lot of sense. I have a cousin who married a Thai woman. And in fact, I have two cousins who married Thai women. And it's really kind of funny because when they first come to the United States, they're very quiet, very laid back. But now that they've been here for 20 years, now they're fierce women. They rule the roost. They let the men know what they can do.
Yeah, yeah.
So is that similar to the relationships in Thailand? That is the man always the superior and kind of tells how things are, or after they're married, does the woman get stronger and start to tell everybody what is happening?
Uh, in real life in Thai society, it's not kind of that, but maybe some family is yeah. The Thai guys always force or woman in some way, but mostly of Thai women in this day, just like they not different from American women or another country woman, but I feel like only in the literature, especially romance novel, it's just like kind of uh cliche,
Mm,
something cliche and very popular for Thai readers. Just like in the past time, romance novels in Thailand started by a character like that, and then they also just keep going
Hmm.
together until this day. But I also seen many kind of new character, new style, new stereotype in this day. But I'm not sure how much popular for another writer. But for me, when I wrote about the female character, like have too much confidence, ever had experience about on bed before with another guy, or very openly about sexting, sexting or something like that. Some Thai leaders always message me and just like, I don't like kind of this character because this is not Thai woman to do something
I
because we,
see.
yeah, we have in Thai society has also uh kind of beliefs like Thai a woman should be keep keep something about this, so about sex in mind, not openly or something like that.
Okay, so Linda Ray Sandy has a question. She says, and I'm going to read it here. She says, I write historical romance, usually four flame sensual novels. So four flame would have some sex in it and stuff. I have a number of readers in Singapore and Malaysia, formerly colony countries. Are their reading tastes similar to Thailand?
Uh, you mean how different or
So would people in Singapore and Malaysia
oh,
have the similar taste in reading as the people in Thailand?
I think that is not so so much different kind of what women should do in romance novel, because there are some culture that little bit same, like woman should do something, should be like this for make family proud or make a well of woman,
Okay, so
especially.
so would those novels or the characters, would the women be kind of expected to marry somebody if it would benefit the family?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, but in Thailand, don't I'm not sure has kind of that culture or not. But I think also some family just force their daughter to marry to a man uh who she did not love. Also, this is also appear in the romance novel in Thailand. But in this day, in Thai society in real life, I think it's very less to make kind of this situation happen.
Okay, so if a woman married somebody to help the family, I mean to give more prestige or something like that to the family, that wasn't necessarily a love match, but maybe that would be the story of how after they married, they fell in love afterwards. Am I understanding that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So, do we have other questions from anybody? And Linda, feel free to take yourself off of mute if you would like a little bit more clarification, um, because I'm a little bit interested to know. You say you write historical romance. Are you talking about writing historical romance based in the United States or over in Asia?
My story. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, my stories mostly take place in England during the Regency and early Victorian eras. So I have books between 1802 and 1844. A few of them have taken place in some other places in the Mediterranean, but most of them are in England. What I found very interesting from the time I started having books published back in 2003 is I've been wide from the beginning, and I was amazed at how many of my books were being sold into Southeast Asia. And somebody explained it to me early on. That's not a surprise These are formerly colony countries, and historical romance is very popular in those countries because of their history. They used to be owned by France or by England or whatnot, and so I made sure that I keep that in mind when I'm writing books. But at the same time, it has me wondering. I hardly sell anything into, say, China, or very little into Japan. I don't know about Thailand. It's not, I don't know that I have a lot of readers there, but I was just really surprised about Singapore and Malaysia. Think what it is about those countries where these historical romances seem to do well compared to, like the rest of the world. It's just, New Zealand, Australia, it makes sense. Those were colony countries. Of course, the UK is my second biggest market. Canada is another big one for me. So I
Okay.
was just curious.
So, so, Bonnie, how might that relate to Thailand? Was Thailand ever a possession of England, or was there a lot of English influence back in the old
Uh,
days?
Thailand never be a colonial country, but I thought Thailand also have, except Thailand got a lot of another country culture, especially from America, England, or China. And but I think that will appear in novel just for male character like from England or and some kind of culture in England. But I see this really late in Thailand. Yeah, yeah. But mostly I saw um Chinese culture in Thailand, especially these days because Chinese novel come into Thailand is too much and it appear as the Chinese novel write by Thai people.
Okay. So, it, in your estimation, then, are the romance novels in Thailand most the popular ones, are they mostly located in Thailand, or
Uh,
do they have people from other countries?
Locate in Thailand, yeah, locate in Thailand and also locate in uh historical of China.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and I'm really surprised at how popular tourism into China is. I don't know how popular it is into uh, Thailand. I know that my cousins and stuff, they go to Thailand because there's relatives there. So is is there a large tourist industry in Thailand?
Uh, yeah, also, but I see. I think the reason why Chinese novel very popular in Thailand is because TV drama.
Ah, so you
Yeah.
like a lot of, is there a lot of drama in your romance novels?
Yes, yes. Also, Chinese novel that translate into Thai language.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And yeah.
Around 4 5 years ago, Chinese novel, I mean translate Chinese novel is very popular in Thailand.
Okay.
And that also make a new genre like reborn in Chinese historical but
Mhm.
write by Thai people.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think it would be more popular to have the characters, or at least one character, be one of the major characters, be a Thai person? Maybe like um maybe like such as my cousins, American man, Thai woman, something like
Yes.
that. Okay. Did you have another question, Linda?
I do. Um on the readership in Thailand, how many, like what percentage of your country that read in English, or is that rare to be able to read in English?
Thai people usually use Thai language and I think very few people that can read in English or can communication in English. But uh, that is also many ways to release your novel in Thailand. Uh, we had many platforms for release novel, just like in Thailand called Lead Alright, Map Market, something like that is the name for platform. And then uh, just like sometimes if your novel is very popular on the famous website like Wattpad or something like this, some Thai people will gonna ask you for translate to Thai, like for free commercial, not for commercial. So to release your novel in Thai language and make Thai people read it. And if your novel is very popular for Thai readers on website, uh, a publication house, sometime a publication house will contact you to buy your license to translate in Thai language again.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
So I'm also curious on the popular novels, or because so often what I see, like in the Regency novels, it's always, you have your dukes or your earls, you have your nobility, and they're the ones who are falling in love with whomever. And so in the Thai novels that are popular, is that usually, the rich people, or is that like the common people that I feel I'm a common person. I'm not a rich person. I don't have a big name or anything like that. So, what's the demographic, I think is what I'm trying to say, of the popular novels?
Mostly I see the female protagonist will be sometimes very common woman or very poor woman, but the popular man should be rich or the famous or just like Mr. Gray, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that is real popular, but also has a kind of some different. Just make a, for example, the male protagonist at first appear like poor person, but finally everyone found out like he is very rich or he is some famous or something like that.
Okay. Okay. So, coming up with the scenarios, there would have to be a reason why he's maybe disguising his true status. Maybe he doesn't feel like he can find love if people know he's rich, that he would only attract people that are after his money or something like that, huh?
Yeah, something like that. That is depend on the plot that
Mhm.
the writer wanna make it. I also just like in my opinion, I think male protagonist should be rich, and for woman protagonist is anything. Just
Okay. Do,
male protagonist is just like call the readers very well, especially the woman leader because no romance novel is mostly of lister are women.
okay. So, what about I don't I'm sorry, I really do not know very much about the Thai culture. Are there very many women business women in Thailand?
Yes,
Oh,
also.
okay. Okay, so that could be a situation there too. Um, are they respected the way that the businessmen are respected?
Uh, again, please.
Are the business women, do they hold the higher positions, or are they in the lower business positions? I mean, do you
Um,
have like women bosses?
yes, they also have kind of that, but when they kind of this character appear in the novel, always have I see always they always have something like the men always have power more than women.
Okay.
If they are business man board, a woman should be always be like uh follow the man for some condition. For example, because of death, because of forcing marriage or something.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's a little bit difficult when a person is unfamiliar with a culture to know how to write in a way that would appeal to that culture. So I appreciate you sharing this information. I remember, and I think Linda, you would probably agree with this, that you take 20, 30 years ago, there was in the romance novels, it was usually a helpless woman and then a man who rescues her. And is that your memory, Linda?
Somewhat. There was a lot more um a lot more bodice ripping, I
Yeah,
guess is what
yeah,
how they got that terminology for those historicals. Much more powerful men, and the women weren't, obviously they weren't independent.
right.
Might have been a few. Actually, there were a few. It's just that we've taken that to a whole nother level in the current historicals that are being written right now. I was curious about the genres of fiction that are most popular in Thailand. Like within romance, do you have the subgenres of, like um uh like historical romance and suspense or paranormal? Do you have those? Are those popular subgenres in romance in Thailand?
Yes, also have kind of that, but it's not quite popular much. I usually write paranormal and historical, but for paranormal, I always write a major character, a female character, like an independent woman. But if compared to the contemporary romance, contemporary romance is very popular, much more than anything.
Okay.
But in Thailand, also had very popular historical romance. That's called Bupphe Sanniwat. This story gonna be a TV drama and also very popular in China. Uh, Thailand and China always exchange uh, soft culture for, by literature and TV drama too much.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so in the contemporary, oh, I don't know how to phrase that question. I don't know exactly how I want to ask a question. Um, but you have a lot of drama in your romance. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ebony, do you have any questions? I closed up the chat, so I should open it up again and see if we've got any. Uh,
No, I do not have any questions right now. I was a little late, so I'm gonna go back and watch it later.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have this up tomorrow afternoon. I'll be sending out a post on Facebook and then email also. Um, okay, so no more questions. So I do you want to add anything else? No more questions? Anybody else have a question that they'd like to ask Bonnie? So if somebody wanted to have their novel translated into Thai, do they have to wait until they're offered, or are there people that they can go to request a translation?
There are two kind of that. Sometimes uh, the publication house also contact right away, but sometimes the readers ask for that. But this day, the novel from Western Western country is not too much popular in Thailand. This day, the most popular is Chinese novel, but I also saw the romance novel from, I'm not sure, the Bridgerton, that is
Oh,
from
Bridgerton. Okay,
Korea.
that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be English then.
yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very, very popular in Thailand when the TV drama started to on air in
Okay.
Thailand.
Okay. Okay. Does that give you some ideas there, Linda?
Oops, yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And I don't know. I don't know how you would find a translator other than going in, I use Fiverr and Upwork for a lot of different things, but I don't know how many Thai people are on there as far as translating into Thai. But um, that would be an interesting thing to look at. So,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, but a little bit more. But another way you can send your novel to the publication house right away. Also, just like a present to them what special of your novel or something, and if it's the way that the publication house like it, or uh, they think your novel can make some bestseller or something, also have a chance to publish in Thailand as a translation book.
Okay. Well, an idea for you, Linda, might be since you have a number of readers in Singapore and Malaysia, if you wanted to contact, a Thai publishing house and maybe give them the numbers of the readers that you have and present your novels, perhaps they would be interested in the translation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have to look at the numbers because there's not that many um, there's only a few book retailers that we have access to that sell into Thailand, Kobo being one of them.
Hmm.
I think Google Play might also sell into Thailand, and Apple Books. Those would be the three that would sell into that country. I'd have to check and see if Tech Time or Babel Cube and places like that might have translators.
Okay. But my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're talking about Thai publication houses. Is that correct?
Well, I think Bonnie is, but
Yeah.
if you end up doing translations or arranging them yourself,
Ah,
they're ready to go into that market. There are translation houses that can do that work.
okay. Yeah.
Whether or
Okay.
not worth it, if the money would be there to cover that cost.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea how much a translation costs. So,
Mm.
um, yeah.
or
So,
or maybe you can make a self-publish like electronic book in Thai website. I will give the link of this website to Paula, and then maybe
okay.
you can share with
Yeah,
Yeah,
others.
yeah, I will
yeah.
share that. So, for any of the guests here tonight who are from Thailand, if they are interested in becoming members of the Romance Dream Weavers Facebook group, all they have to do, you can either tell them how to get there, Bonnie, or just go onto Facebook and look for, I will put it in the chat. Let me see. I want to make sure I get everyone here. Meeting group chat. And that would be Romance Dream Weavers. Let's see, I can't even spell romance right. Romance Dreamweavers Facebook group.
Or I will write a post and then share this to anyone
Yeah.
in my Facebook again.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to, who has been here and wants to have a copy of this, I will be posting, and I will send you the link also, Bonnie, so that you can post it in your group if you want. But so anyone who wants a copy of this can, or be more than happy to have you in the Facebook group also. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Any other comments?
I just
Okay.
put the link there, so it would be a live link.
Okay. Oh, of course. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. I think about those things, but I'm a little bit late about doing that. So there is the live link in the chat for anybody who wants to join us on Facebook. Okay. So are we ready to wrap things up for the night? I thank you very much, Bonnie. Okay. I will get the recording up tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.